Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your attention and good afternoon. It's funny actually, listening to my friend from Gemius, there's an awful lot of things here that seem very similar to what you've just seen. The numbers might be different, but the way we're looking at the internet is not dissimilar. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Turkey in the global context. Our globe is more Western rather than Eastern, and so that will give you a broader context, I hope, for a review. But I want really to concentrate on video. I think video is the future of online advertising. I think it's going to drive money into the market and bring money from television into online advertising. And I think the more we can understand about how it works, I think the more the business will prosper. And finally, I just want to talk about a little bit of the future of advertising and how I think things will change in the future. So this is quite similar to the first chart my friend said. So we're pleased to say that we've now the industry reference in Sweden, the UK, Spain, and Netherlands, and are very much looking forward to the tender that's coming up in November for internet audience measurement here in Turkey. And we're doing things slightly differently in all three of those markets, 4 of those markets. You'll see there that we're measuring online video for the Swedish TV market. We're measuring mobile, online, and video in the UK. We're measuring online and video in Spain, and online and video in Netherlands. And the whole drive, every time we speak and talk about these industry measurement, is one of convergence. Everybody's trying to understand what the totality of digital information is about. Primarily, we're a panel company. So we're a panel company with site-centric measurement to balance the panel. And that's perhaps, if you like, on its top or on its head from the way Gemius look at the world. So, to move to Turkey in the digital world. Well, first and foremost, your 13th largest global online population. 6th largest Western European population. Nearly 60% of the Turkish population goes online every single day. You have the highest consumption of pages globally. You're the 3rd highest average minutes per usage day, and the 4th highest minutes per visitor. This is an incredibly engaged digital country. And I just wanted to give you a sense of where you sit in a global online economy. You know, China and the United States dwarf almost everybody else. We might be surprised to see India with a huge billion population, but the penetration yet has not grown to the extent that we'd hoped. Russian Federation is now caught up to 5th, but places like Brazil are still have a long, long way to go for penetration of their economy. And there you are in 3rd place with a small amount of growth. And what's growing? Well, broadly speaking, what we're seeing is it's content that is driving the internet. Remember, we're not just looking at the advertising pages, we're looking at what people do on the internet in their entirety. And what we're seeing here is things like sports, newspapers, general news, entertainment. All content is driving usage of the internet. And news is really leading that way. Now, 23% more people accessed news online this year as opposed to last year. They're spending 51% more time. They're consuming 29% more pages than last year. and nearly 40% of all video users access news content. News is king. News is going to drive advertising revenues. And of course, what it's doing is giving a platform for video to drive higher CPMs. So, video is changing as well. I like this because the numbers are really, really large. So we track online video across not quite as many as 43 countries, but about, I think it's about 15 countries globally. So 1.3 billion people watch an average of 170 videos every month. In Turkey, 22 million people watch an average of 210 online videos each month. Now, those numbers are different to the ones our friends at Gemius shared with you, and I want to sort of sanitize that by saying that our meter captures all usage and all video passively. It uses tags to improve the values, but it is a passive meter. And therefore, it's looking at access of videos through Facebook. It's also videos through Amazon, eBay. So anytime a video is rolled, then there's a usage. That's why some of these numbers are so big. 91% of all Turkish online users access video. Everybody is using it. Video views in Turkey have grown 32% in the year. Again, these are really huge numbers, 4.6 billion video views in 1 month. Globally, we're seeing a change. So the unique viewers, the number of people who are accessing videos globally, are growing at a modest rate of 6.6%. But if you look at the people who go on every single day, the guys, is grown by 16.9%. The number of videos has improved by 15%. But more importantly, the amount of time spent has grown by 25%. And that means that people are watching more videos, but those videos are getting longer in length. And globally, the percentage, it's the younger population, and the younger male population, that are using videos. And that is very true for the European markets that we track. And of course, here we're seeing two things. One is that the Turkish population as a whole is more younger online, but also 41% of it are younger males. Now, the nice thing and the good thing about this is it's a trend that's typical all the way through these European markets, and it's changing. So we're seeing here a decrease from year to year in the percentage of of young males looking at videos. That means the other parts of the population, females, older age groups, are beginning to get more engaged in the viewing videos. Globally, as we've heard, Google sites, which is YouTube, Facebook, Dailymotion, are really driving it, but not so much in terms of total unique visitors. Here we have Nokta Group, about half the value of Google in terms of numbers of people accessing. The difference is in the share of videos. YouTube is just outstretching everything in its wake. And what are people looking at? What kind of categories are really people looking at? And again, this is year-on-year change, because we know that people look at music and other kinds of younger male type of content. What I like is family and parenting and community. That's food. Actually, that's recipes. It's young men trying to find out how to cook something, I suspect. Um, Very interesting. And here, halfway down, we're seeing a 100% increase in TV companies' online video. This is catch-up TV, people missing the content in the schedule and catching up. And I want to take you through a few small stories about the UK. Before I do that, of course, I want to tell you that already in Turkey, the average numbers of hours watched per month are 2.3 of all people accessing a TV online video. And it's grown from 25% to 32% penetration in just 1 year. So what's changing? Well, we came across this statistic here. I wonder if I can find here. We got worried because it looks to us as if the number of videos were falling in February 2010. And we thought, well, what's going on? Why is that happening? And we dug a little further, and we looked here and we said, well, that's what's happening is, of course, that people are spending more time on their videos, perhaps not going to so many videos, but spending more time. And of course, 6 months later, we're seeing the total minutes now really increasing to 33% growth. And then, taking it up to the present day, what we're seeing is here a normalization of videos and unique visitors. But what we think is happening is also that people are accessing video content from their mobile devices, from their tablets, and they're swapping usage. And so the growth is continuing. This, of course, is just PC-based measurement. So what's driving this? Well, gone are the days of the Numa Numa song. I don't know if anybody remembers that. And it's moved to really quite high quality, high definition content. You know, the short format, the low budget, low quality, low talent content, which was very difficult to monetize and put advertising around, has moved to longer format, high budgets, and content we all want to see. Now, in the UK, the TV marketplace online has grown significantly. We're now seeing, I pay as BBC, 4.6 million people every month catching up on their BBC content. Now, sadly, the BBC can't monetize that content, but the others do. And you'll see there, if you add that lot up, it's about 13% there, additive. If you look at the total, what's very interesting is there is nearly a 9 million unduplicated audience, and only 2.2 million people watch 2 or more of those TV sites. What it's saying is that people are loyal to their programs, catch up with their soaps, the programs, the news content that they want to see, and of course, therefore, the market is growing. It's not only restricted, of course, to the TV companies and YouTube. You know, there are the old, larger US businesses like Yahoo, which is more a techie audience. Microsoft sites, there's a lot of gamers who view videos on Microsoft. Viacom with MTV, of course, is very much more socially orientated video content. And Vivo is dedicated to music. But what is also developing are these partnership stories about growing your online video audiences by linking with other organizations. Dailymotion now partners with Fora TV and 5min. Facebook have relationships now with Hulu, My Video, and Islene. You know what I mean. Thank you. It's exciting. Just to give you a sense of how big these audiences can get and how partnerships can really work. So we're very fortunate on a global level to have a relationship with YouTube. So they feed us with information about all of their channels globally. So we see here that online, we see BBC reaching 15.8 million people. But their BBC YouTube channel reaches 8.5, and the BBC Worldwide channel separately reaches 5.9 million. The BBC therefore move from what they thought was only 16 million to 28 million. YouTube can really help grow your business and grow your reach. And that's certainly true here in Turkey. So the number one channel for YouTube in Turkey is Muyap, with an astonishing 8.5 million unique viewers every month. And of course, when you're talking about video, if you have a good digital analytics suite of products, what you can do is understand what people like and then serve them other things that are similar in context. And then you can certainly grow your business and the number of views you get by recommendation. Finally, of course, it's social. I like these stats here. 1 in 3 videos globally, 1 in 3 video viewers comment. 2 in 5 upload videos. 1 in 2 regularly share their videos. And more than 1 in 2 online view online videos with other people. I understand you have Top Gear here as well. And what's interesting is, exposed users to Top Gear via their friends on Facebook are 219% more likely to visit Top Gear itself. Just a very brief word about mobile, because what we're seeing is mobile video content on all platforms are growing hugely. Just in 1 year, we're seeing around 50 or 60% year-on-year growth across the big 5 European countries. And video is growing both in advertising as well. In just 1 year, this is, don't know where it's the UK data. In just 1 year, video advertising has doubled in its size. Well, video advertising gets a multiple of 5 or 10 times the CPM rate than click rates do, banner ads do. The faster that goes, the more prosperous the online internet advertising community is going to get. And happier are our advertisers. And our advertisers are also happy because research is now proving that online advertising through videos not just have an instant reaction like in the first week, but there is a continued latent effect to the value of the advertising over a period of time. So, finally, many of you may have heard about the initiative which came out of the United States called Measurement Makes Sense. What we want to do is we've launched a product. It's called Validated Campaign Essentials. It tracks advertising as it happens and validates whether or not somebody has seen the ad is on target, whether it's in geography, and whether or not it's fraudulent, and gives both an advertising or media agency and their advertisers proof that what they've bought, they got what they bought. And that also has been extended now, not only to banner advertising, but we've launched a technology that will prove and validate online video advertising as well. So I'm pleased to say my colleague Greg Dale is coming across from the States in a couple of weeks to give the results of a 7-market study of validated campaign essentials and how it's improving and being used by major global advertisers to help them get more trust in advertising online. So finally, some thoughts. Of course, video consumption is growing fast and is moving from short to long form, and that can only be good for advertisers. It gives more content for them to advertise around, and I think that it will grow the advertising revenue coming into the marketplace. It's true, the younger male in this case, but the younger segments are driving online video usage. And of course, as time goes on, that will broaden the marketplace to older and female. Video partnerships. YouTube is certainly not an enemy, it's a friend. Used well, it can double, maybe treble your audience. And online advertising effectiveness and accountability for those campaigns is now beginning to be demanded by major advertisers globally. And if they have more confidence, they'll start to spend more money in your marketplace. Thank you very much.